Righto. So at the end of last adventure, I think Amiko thanked you and said, "Hey, you're welcome to stay for as long as you want." Blah 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 blah. But what she missed telling you is, although she's exceptionally happy with what you have done to save her, um, she's going to be sort of bricking off this area that you fought through. Where's the map? Glassworks. Okay, so the downstairs area in the smuggler's entrance, which is the one that sort of drops off the edge of the screen, sort of like a, yeah, I don't want to imagine what that actually looks like. So that goes down and it continues onward, and she's keen to brick off those areas as well because they were once used by smugglers. However, she is keen for somebody to go down there and make sure she's not bricking off anybody that may have worked at the glassworks, or find out how they were moving in and out of there and what sort of access people have and that sort of stuff, because she's not keen in having people to have access to the bottom layer of the glassworks that she's not aware of, and she's in no condition to follow that up, and she hopes that you can do this one extra thing for her. Yeah, when you find some, could you send them my way, says Amiko. Perhaps not. Yeah. So, are you keen on doing that? Pretty please. As, as soon as possible. Very good. Okay, so I know Thaven is rushing off to do that immediately, but we're not actually going to be using that map anymore. So you gather together and move down the tunnel that's known as the Smuggler's Entrance. And you find that the tunnel stretches for quite some distance. I actually have to turn it into human speak. I'm sure Libby will understand what I mean when I say 1,750 feet, but I have no idea. So I will turn it into Australian for those of us that need to know that sort of stuff. Is it? Wow. Okay. Well, there is sort of like a thing about oh God. Why do I not ever pay for the premium stuff, which means I don't have to look at ads. Okay, it's about half a kilometre. There you go, a little over half a kilometre. It stretches off into the distance, and it sort of winds its way lazily northeast, and then comes to a dead end. As in a cave wall dead end, yeah. Sure, why not? I can, Tom. How are you? Hang on. You're a bit harried. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, do the work thing. If you find time, join in later on. It's all good. Yeah. No, not a problem. Yeah. Get the work stuff done. If you get home, you get home. If not, it's all good. There's always next time. Alright, no worries. Catch up. Right, Arvin, who... Arvin Guilt, skill perception, Arvin Guilt, skill perception, Mayawan, skill perception. Why did all the pictures come up really, really weird? Well, on mine, Arvin... So yours was 7, and Mayawan, you got 20? Okay, well, the pictures show me who it was, but it says Arvin Guilt, skill perception, and then when you roll, I've got Mayawan, and then there's Thaven's picture next to it. Oh, that's going to be helpful. Excellent. Righto, anyway, Mayawan got the 20, and hence she notes that there's a secret door at the end of this blank wall. And she flicks it open, and the secret door opens into a 30-foot diameter cave on the side of a cliff that overlooks the Varisian Gulf. So you're actually looking at over sort of like the coastal area. The cave mouth slopes down to a narrow beach, so you can actually walk out to the Gulf itself. And you can see that there's a whole heap of goblin beds and remnants of their meals strewn about this particular cave. So this is obviously where the goblins that were in the glassworks sort of spent their time beforehand. However, in the southern half of the cave, you find 2 side tunnels that branch off. One leads east and one to the west. So, are you investigating those at all? East or west? So you, yeah, there appears to be footsteps into both. Yes, see, that's showing us Arvin Guilt. I think I just need to trust the picture. No, there just seems to be a fair bit of passageway through it. You don't use perception for footsteps, by the way. You use survival, following tracks. Yeah. There's a cove here, and it looks out over the sea of the Varisian Sea, etc. And you can get to the outside from here if you want. However, there are cliff faces around the place that make this sort of like a secluded beach. Well, yes, she could, but this is obviously where the smugglers used to beach their ships and deliver stuff up through the glassworks. However, there is a larger cave system here. Let's see. There's the map. There's maps. There it is. Sandpoint. Yeah, this would be it's one of the nice things of Roll20 that I'd like to see implemented here. It would be. Is there a way of drawing on here? Yeah. No, it's loaded Chopper's Isle. It's actually a portion of Junk Beach. Yeah. So it's sort of come out that way. Can you see my pointer? Yeah, excellent. So it's out in that sort of area. Okay, pointers. Get rid of pointers. There we go. Okay, so yes, there's a cave that heads off to the east and to the west from this direction. Go west. Right. Well, it all depends on which way you're coming at it, doesn't it, Kevin? Okay. So one leads to the east, which you don't go along. The one to the west. Okay, you head along to the west, and you come to a point where it seems to have been bricked over at one point, where it diverges from the main tunnel. This westerly passageway winds for about 50 feet before turning north another 100 feet. Okay, well, it kind of that's where they probably thought it was, but I will bring up a map that I will share with you, and I will show you where you come to. So, I think I use the shift button. Just a portion of the tunnel. The tunnel that actually headed west was bricked over. Right, so I get that. I need to add some figures in here. Okay, sharing that map with you now. As you come along a corridor that's a natural cave formation, but it had been bricked over back towards where it headed west, which for no understanding why now that you're actually heading in a northeasterly direction, but there you go. And you can see, do any of you have dark vision? Okay. Righto, so I will extend out a bit just for those that are dark vision inclined of what they can see. You do have low light, but you actually need some light to be able to see by that. There is no light here unless you are carrying a torch. Total sorcerer. He is. Who, me? Oh. Siron. How's his chest feeling? A little tight. Hmm. Okay, look down into this room. Oops. Yes, I did know that. I need to. How do I do that? Layers. Everybody close their eyes. Okay. So you look down into an area. It seems to be an open cave that opens up to you, Arvin. Okay, move into the cave with Thaven close behind. Getting. Oh dear. Let's. Oh, that's what I need to do. Lock tokens. How do I do that again? Do I click on tokens? Ah, yes. Okay. Righto. Now you're buggered. All you movie abouty people. There we go. Okay, Arvin moves into the area. Thaven sort of creeps in a little bit, and Maewyn stays at the entrance for the time being as Arwen notices a figure. Oh, that's right. That's the one thing that I thought to myself, I really should have a picture of that figure for when these guys arrive. And it's the one thing I didn't do. So I will save that image to that there. You see a figure in the back of this cave, Arvin. It's a figure that sort of looks humanoid, but then you realise via the angles and the way that the limbs fall that it is definitely not. And then by the face itself you realise that this is something that you have never seen before. Okay, well you can do that in a tick. I just want to show you a picture of it first. And to do that I need to find where I saved that picture to, don't I? Well, it's not there. Maybe it went to downloads, which I have set to there. Oh, God. Right, I failed that one. Let's go and click on save image as. That goes to right. Okay, now I know where I'm going. So we need that one, we need that one, we need that one, and that one. It's probably going to be a tiny picture too, because I think I realised that I just may have saved a thumbnail, but better a thumbnail than nothing at all. So, you see a figure that looks like this. Oh, excellent. Yeah, it's definitely a thumbnail. And disgust. And it notices you as well. So let's reveal that one there, that one there. We add that to there. It's still dark unless you cast a spell of some form. So it is down in the back end of the cave. So I think it's already auto-rolled initiative for us, or maybe it's gone from a previous one. So let's go menu, rest, short rest, and then roll initiative for everyone. Menu, initiative, roll all initiatives. There we go. So we will start with Arlen is not there, so I need to delete him from the tracker. So Okay, how about you do that? That'd be a good idea, I reckon. Arvin, roll initiative for me, because you weren't in the combat tracker for some reason. Okay. Wow. You did. However, Arvin, you get to go first because you're the only one that's seen it as of yet. So you get that at will? Okay. Yes, it is definitely evil. Charge. Okay, draw your sword on the way. +2, but it should be in the plus minus stuff? Maybe? No, it's not. Let's go charge. In feud. Okay, I'll have a look at that later. For now though, I have added a charge button to the modifiers, but you can do it the way you want to do it. Okay, you have hit the Sim Spawn air. Wow, you have caused him a grievous wound. Wow. Okay, it immediately returns its attack to you. Full attack. Where are we? 5 minus 2, or minus 3, and 2 claws. Okay, it goes for 2 bites and 2 claws against you, Arvin. What did we get? Yeah, I'm just trying to work out what hit. There is no loss of AC for charging. No. you just no, you just get +2 to hit for charging. I'm fairly certain, unless my Pathfinder foo has left me. Charge. Combat charge. Charging blah blah blah. You may move must move at least 10 feet. You may have a clear path. You get a +2 bonus and take a -2 penalty to your AC. Well, there you go. So what's your AC currently? No, because 2 of them are 16s. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so yes. Alright. Then thank you for your honesty. You get 2 claws and a bite. A claw, and a bite. Ooh, plus sinful bite. What does that do? Give me a will save. Okay, you begin to have sinful thoughts, but you manage to quell them down and fight them off. Sure you are. Yeah, you normally quell them when there are altar boys around, so, you know, just saying. Maywin! Is it? Yeah, that's because I overwrote your character sheet, so you're just gonna have to assume that you managed to get some extras that took you back up to 40? Okay, that would be me having to move you. There we go. You now have precise shot. That's the thing that I chose for you. No -4 for firing into combat. Okay. You move in, draw your arrow and fire, but miss the poor creature. Thaven. Okay. You move up to the area and throw a light spell so you can see the goings on within the cave. And see this evil creature. That's awesome. Arben. Mm-hmm. It says Thaven. Mm-hmm. Is it a swift action for the thingy? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yep, it is. Okay, and you chop him down. Brave Sir Robin that you are. The creature dies at your feet, a strange, fleshy, palpable mess. You look over the creature, but it seems only dressed in rags, and no treasure does it seem to have collected itself. Give me a perception check. You have a good look around the cave with Thaven's light illuminating the entire area and find nothing per se. They say as they walk off from you. We're looking. They're looking for loot. Okay. Okay. So you target. I could probably do that. Affects running. Right. Let us hope that Cyron sometime tonight finds his way to you then. Okay. Right, let's give us some light that stretches down in this general direction. Oh, suppose I probably should go north a bit more too, shouldn't I? Well, hang on. Oh shit. Ah, that that's how I stop that from happening. Right. Still heading that direction? There are these really annoying grooves in my table. Okay. If that's what you wish to do, of course. Who would I be to say no to such a request from a paladin? Okay. You see ahead a chamber. Uh, the original purpose of which is unclear, but large mounds of rubble lie strewn around its floor. The wall to the west has been torn down to reveal a tunnel leading to the west. Okay, that's where you currently are. You're in the midst of the torn down tunnel. You have not. There is a door to the north. Okay. The door does not radiate evil either. Wow. Such depends on what you're trying to achieve. But if you're just trying to find what's in and around the room, perception is the one you're looking for. You have a look around and you notice that most of the rubble that's within this chamber is actually pottery and urns that once held food stores, perhaps. Well, not perhaps, and it's food stores that has now crumbled away to dust and mould. Survival if you're looking for footprints and the like. Nope. Oh no, actually you see many footprints amongst the ground. It's like there have been thousands of goblins that have moved through this chamber. Okay, the doorway is open and unlocked. You swing it open and see a corridor that heads north 15 feet and turns to the left. You push forward into the area. Thaven moving up behind you, bravely. And Maywin timidly moving up between them. Yeah, sure, whatever. Oh, hang on. I suppose you're waiting for me to reveal what you see. Okay, so it stretches away 30 feet and then heads towards the north. Okay, sorry, I just cancelled everybody's move. Try again. Probably just, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Hang on, I'll just move you where you wanted to go. Maywin moves up to the corner. Let me reveal a bit of stuff. 15, 30. What's your dark vision, Arvin? 15, 30, 45. Right, out to that distance. Okay. Let's do that and reveal this. Okay, a red marble statue of strikingly beautiful but at the same time monstrously enraged human woman stands in the middle of this room. Her stony expression twisted in fury. The woman wears flowing robes and her long hair is held back from her face by an intricate headdress of hooks and blades. In her left hand she carries a large book, the face of which is inscribed with a 7-pointed star. Her right hand holds a glittering metal and ivory ranseur. Oh, I forgot to add the text from the previous room. Let me add that too. It certainly does. The statue is quite large, probably about 8 to 9 feet tall, made of some kind of red stone. No, marble, in fact. There appears to be no malevolence about this particular statue whatsoever. Anybody with history can give me a check? No, and Thaven is not up to study on this particular individual either. Unless it gives you a plus 12. Yeah, no. There is a door to the north, if that's what you're talking. Oh, okay. Hang on. I see what you're talking about. Uh, 15, 30. Okay, there are stairs heading up in that direction, so I'll only give you about that much. So there we go. Reveal, reveal, reveal. Doesn't appear to be. Seems to be the end of a darkened corridor. Okay. You check that door and find it to be unlocked. You opening it quietly, or are you just swinging it open? Give me a stealth roll. Arvin swings the door open. I need a 13 now. I just need to make a couple of checks before I do this. Oh, oops. Pay no attention to that, although you're about to hear it. I need to make. Interesting. I'm fairly certain they may have just heard you. Oh, that would be passive perception more than likely. In which case I didn't. Let's go. Oh, hang on. Let's not go that. Let's go that. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea whatsoever. I know. PRD, that skill use, using skills. That skills, perception. Yellow stands for up. Most of the creature using stealth opposed by stealth, perception modifiers, +1 per 10 feet. Definitely a passive perception situation. Okay. Righto. Sorted the rule out. And it opens up into a room. This large chamber was obviously once a prison. As testified, the 20 cells that line the room's perimeter. A rickety wooden platform overlooks the room with 2 flights of stairs descending to the prison's floor 10 feet below. A 5-foot wide wooden walkway runs the northern edge of the platform to a passageway to the east. Give me a perception test as you open this door, and I will give you roughly what you can see at the moment. Actually, it's more of a passive perception sort of thing anyway. Okay, you note nothing of particular in the room, but you can see this. So there is a raised wooden platform. that you will enter out onto. There are prison cells below. Arvin drinks down a potion. Mm. Well, it didn't heal anything off you, so. Haven't you got that on your character sheet? Actions. It's not actually something that automatically transfers. I need to do some GM trickery to add it to your character sheet. It's. And you can see that there are prison cells below that stairway. Okay, let's adjust some of this perception-y type stuff. Okay, now, what is everybody's passive perception? That would be your perception plus 10. Okay, Maewyn and actually all of you hear a heated conversation, and by peeking around the corner, some of you spot some stuff. You can hear a conversation going on in a language that you may not all know. Okay, this is definitely not a language you understand then. Okay, you also do not understand this language? Okay, none of you understand this language then. But you can hear that there is... Oh, actually, give me sense motive checks. Sense motive, it's a skill. Maybe not, but you can still roll it. Okay, yep. Apparently none of you understand what's going on. There is just a strange language being spoken, and from a quick glance, a couple of you can see that there is a sin spawn down there talking to another creature, which you cannot see. So just to remind you, it is this thing talking to something else. This thing appears to have a skull in one of its hands too. Show me where you're going. Show me your move. Right. One way or another, you're going to spot these things. In fact, they're both engrossed in conversation, so you actually see what it's talking to is another sin spawn. Again, you have no idea what the conversation is that they're discussing. Perhaps. Or perhaps another equally common language that just none of you have ever picked. Well, yes, that's not a stairway at all. That is just a raised platform. Yep, it's about 10 feet higher than the 10 feet higher than the prison cell sort of section. Okay, so let's roll initiative then. You can do it. Yeah, they are. Good point. Right, okay. They are not aware of you, so you get what is called a surprise round. The surprise round means that you can do one thing. It's a move action or a standard action. You can't do both. You can shoot one, yes, absolutely. No. You do hit it. Oh, you wound it grievously. So your arrow shoots down, and then yep, Thaven. Yes. Uh, you can only move or standard action. So standard action is yes. Okay, you run out onto the rickety platform, and I will give you 10, 20, 30 feet of vision, which is about that. Yeah, think so. Okay, then we would be pressing the down button. And that would allow Arvin an action. Okay. You moving further? What's your total speed? Because stairs are considered difficult terrain, so 5, 15, 25, 30. No, you can do that. It's all good. As you move in. Okay. They are swift to react though. And the first one, not having been attacked yet, will target Yorn Arvengilt, who runs around the corner at him and goes for a full attack action. Bite and 2 claws. Cursed by the words of Maewyn, it appears to miss. And then its buddy gets a go. Also taking a full attack action on the paladin that runs down to meet it. One hit, and that is a bite. Give me a will save, Arvin. DC 12 will negates. Well done. Okay, Maewyn. Okay, you fire, he ducks to the side, realizing that he's under attack from above. Are you moving? Okay. So it brings us around to Thaven. No. Okay. Drive down the spear towards Sinspawn 1, also known as Kevin. Okay, you drive down the spear but miss. Arvin is amongst the thick of them. Okay, you cut it down with your longsword, destroying the creature before you, but leaving one. Oh, and step up 5 feet. Wow. Okay, this one steps 5 feet to there to get out of range of this horrible spearman-like person. And goes full attack action on you, Arvin. Hits with the claws. Wow. Beginning to deeply wound you as it attacks. Maewyn. Okay, miss, bringing Thaven back into the round. Yep. Well, that's not... Okay, you're moving to there. The stairway will cause a problem to there. Okay. Give me an acrobatics check. -2. Wow. You do, and you drop to the ground prone. Copying 1 point of damage from the drop. Arvin. Okay. Sure, that's what you'd like to think, but somebody just dropped down behind it and it's prone. Gelfling. I'll roll that dice. And no, it doesn't. You do maintain its attention on you as you gouge its skin across its chest and it attacks you. Hitting you with a claw attack. Okay, not causing enough damage to drop you though. Mayoin. Okay, your arrow strikes down. Thaven. No, because there's a set of stairs there, plus you're prone. Well, the stand up will attract an attack of opportunity. Yeah, maybe. Stand up. Okay, prone defender gains +4, but like 4. Neg 4 penalty on melee attacks, by the way, just in case. Okay, it attacks you. It will get rid of that and attach that to there, and it will attack you out at you with a bite. And misses you. Okay, you stand up. You strike it, causing a grievous wound on the creature. Arvin. His shell. Creature's not feeling terribly fantastic. And in fact, it moves to that point there with a 5-foot step, and will attack Arvin again. No, you don't. It's only a 5-foot step. You only get an attack of opportunity if it's above a 5-foot step. The GM, I'm meant to be the rules lawyer. And it attacks Arvin and hits twice. One with a bite, one with a claw. The bite damages Arvin but doesn't quite bring him down, but the slash with the claw still doesn't. Arvin holds on to dear life. Mayoin. Roll again, see what happens. Yep, that was involved. Okay, that is definitely a critical fumble. Let's see what happens. Pathfinder, I fumble, ranged attack. Quite possibly. No, in fact, instead of that, you raise your arrow. Too keen are you to strike down the sin spawn that is driving Arvin to many, many wounds. You accidentally drop your longbow. You drop your bow. Arvin. Okay. I'll fix that if you want. Done. Oh, did too. Okay, let's drop him up to. Hang on. There we go. Without moving close to it. Okay, nice. Yeah, spear doesn't have reach, by the way. Does it? Hey, the bastards. Okay, let's just suggest you stepped up and struck at it for 5 feet, and then. Oh, okay, righto. So let's move you back 5 feet then. Doesn't change the fact you missed. Okay, Arvin, you have healed yourself very, very, very swiftly. In fact, you did it before Thaven got a chance to strike out with his spear. Roll again. Well, there you go. It's not a critical fumble then. Well done. Okay, 5 foot step that way. And hit the down button. Yeah. And then the Sin Spawn actually steps up, deciding it doesn't like being attacked from a distance, and will actually turn his attack on Thaven, disliking this creature that strikes at a distance. And misses 3 times as he lashes out with 2 bites. 2 bites? A bite and 2 claws. Maewyn. No, you can pick up your bow and reload. Pretty much, they're both move actions. But you do not get a chance to shoot this round. You can. Well, I don't see where. Okay. You can move to there, almost to there, actually. And you can attack it with a longsword, which will give you a +2 for being on higher ground. Nah. Striking over the railing, you miss it. Thaven's action. You miss. Cheers. Oh, rude. I've been outmaneuvered. Okay. Yeah, it's in the modifiers chart under flanking because the game's meant to do it, but it doesn't. And head. Nice. Okay, but there's a mild attack. And it dances out, realizing that you are truly the more difficult opponent. Yeah, yeah, you are. As it ducks backward, deciding to deal with the paladin. Feeling his goodness, he bites out and claws him. Hitting you with. Is that a bite? It hits? Claw, bite. Yes, it is a bite. Yeah, no. He's okay. He's still standing, but he doesn't need to give me a will save. So he manages to stay above that sinful feeling. Maewyn. Five feet. You need to move right next to it. Yep. Okay. There you go. You strike out with your long sword but miss. Don't know what you're complaining about. You can hit it from there. Come on, tiny dancer. Uh-huh. Good work. Urban! I don't lay on hands works. Yeah, I just thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was. Doesn't matter. You touch yourself? No, I just thought it wasn't a die roll. I thought it was 2 per level, but I think that was actually AD&D second edition. But there you go. You turn around and you cut him. Okay, this thing twists and turns and batters its hands on the ground, much like AKA the Daryl Hannah out of Blade Runner, as she dies. Okay. D8 plus 1. So 5 healing, which I'll fix for you. Okay, you have a good look around in the prison, but you find you throw a detect magic spell but find nothing. In fact, you find that there is nothing within these prisons whatsoever. It's a cleared, doesn't seem to have been used for eons, maybe. Well, she's not breaking it up behind you. Yeah, before she bricks it up. Oh yeah, went through all the cells, had a good look. Mm. 10, hang on. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40. Oh, okay. Okay, you start moving along the rickety thing and head into a corridor that seems to open up into a room beyond, a door stretching across from it. No. Okay, you move up to the room. This room contains several ancient relics of what appear to be torture implements, although their function and style seem strange and archaic. In one corner, pardon, in one corner sits a spherical cage with spikes protruding inward from its iron bars. In another stands what appears to be a star-shaped wooden frame, its surface studded with hooks. And in the centre of the room is a long table covered with leather straps and a number of cranks that seem designed to rotate and swivel. Let's reveal that room. There also is a door to the south, as well as to the east. So just okay, you cast Detect Magic. Nothing within this room radiates any magic whatsoever. Okay, give me a perception check. I have a good look around the room. There are plenty of things in there, but nothing that seems to be of any use to you, so to speak. It is. Are you opening it silently? Nah, it's all good. It's nothing deadly. Nothing that's going to eat your face off immediately anyway. The crumbling remnants of several chairs and a long table clutter the floor of this room. To the south stand 3 stone doors, each bearing a strange symbol that resembles a 7-pointed star. This room once served as a study. Okay. I'm not sure that bit's meant to be in the text, so hang on a minute and let me do some editing. Let's go that way and do that and go that. Okay, so let's this one here, text. Okay, let me rephrase it. The crumbling remnants of several chairs and a long table clutter the floor of this room. To the south stand 3 stone doors, each bearing a strange symbol that resembles a 7-pointed star. No. It's definitely not a religious symbol. Yeah, you scan the area for magic. And you see that underneath some of the rubble, one of the pieces of paper, because there are countless leather covers and parchments and all sorts of stuff within this room, one of the pieces of parchment actually radiates a magic. Okay, you pick it up and cast Read Magic. It's a scroll of flaming sphere. Let's see. Flaming sphere as in round area. What's that? Okay, that's fine. Okay, so is Thaven taking it? Okay, why is that not? Righto. So that should have now been added to your inventory. Okay, Mayo, when you move down and you are perceptioning or just opening one of the doors to the south? Yep. Sure, but you need to tell me which ones you're doing. Righto. Appears to have no traps on it. Yes. Should be under your inventory. Characters. Yep. Righto, doesn't appear to be any traps. Yeah, you're right, it's not there. Well, it was meant to have been a... It says party to Thaven the Dancer. But then again, yeah, that's precisely what I'm checking. Inventory. Characters. Righto. What does that was? Flaming Sphere. Scroll of Flaming Sphere. Caster level. What? What? I think it's cast level 3. Cast level 5, in fact. Okay, it's now in your character sheet. Okay, move across and swing it open. Inside this one, you see that there is a human, the skeleton of a humanoid. This humanoid has a rib cage that seems to go all the way down to its pelvis, and it has stunted leg bones strewn beneath its strangely flat girth. That's all that appears to be there. Sure thing. Okay, you try the middle door. In the middle door, you find another skeleton with a hugely enormous misshapen skull for the humanoid's body. Again, there's nothing on it. Okay, move across to the last section and find another skeleton. Except this one has 3 tiny brittle arms. One, in fact, that seems to have been broken at the. Is it a tibia? Tibia. Nothing on it. Okay, for some reason Ava moves away from the eastern door. Interesting. Okay. Okay. You see, it enters a corridor that stretches down a set of stairs. Okay. I hear the call for let's going, but nobody's moving. Oh, you kind of, I did kind of, but yeah. Okay. Okay. This opens up into a large chamber. Okay, the ceiling of this strangely cold chamber arches to a vaulted height of 20 feet tall. The floor contains 11 wooden lids strewn haphazardly over 11 5-foot wide pits in the ground. From the darkness within these pits echo up a strange shuffling sound and every so often a low moan. Opposite to the, or just beside the archway that heads to the south, you see a strange creature. It turns wild-eyed and snarling, looking at you all. Let me show you. Oh, for Christ's sakes! For some reason, yeah. For some reason, I'm going to show you this picture because this wasn't actually on the page that you're on, but for some reason, it's keeping all the text that I erase written on the sheet. Because he was actually erased down. But you see this little, well, what should be a little goblinoid actually stands the size of a human and seems mutated. Oh, well, we will roll for initiative, I'm sure. But I need to make sure that you guys. Oh, I need to give you a short rest. Hang on. Oh, no, don't do that. I don't know what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about. Hang on. Oh, hang on, if I get rid of that, it should just... No. No, of course it doesn't. Righto. Okay, roll initiative for me, people. That's because I had to remove him briefly. Of course, I mucked up the initiative stuff. There he is. Okay, Mayo, and you are the first to react. I have no idea. Okay, your bow shoots out, striking the poor, misshapen goblinoid. No, he can move through. Yeah. Okay, move into the room, righto. Okay. As you move beside that wooden covering of the pit, you hear a groan come from beneath it. Clicking the down button sometimes though? What effects? Oh. Yeah, okay. Hang on. What is it? Yeah, yeah, what's it called? What's inspire courage? Okay, so we drop that on Arvin. We'll drop that on Maywin. How many rounds does it go for? Okay, righto. No worries at all then. Arvin, your action. You have that effect on you. Oh yeah, alright, alright. Okay. Mhm. Sure. Can you fire or you throw your javelin and miss him? I suppose a bit of move you hadn't I? Okay, he moves from there to there. 10, 15, 20 to that point there. And calls out, Corvus hate music! And swings his longsword at Thaven. Too late. He missed you anyway. Okay, didn't matter. Maybe. I don't know whether they combine or not. Mm-hmm. Okay, Corvus takes your arrow to the shoulder, but doesn't seem overly perturbed by the fact. Thaven. Okay. Okay, you strike out, catching Corvus, and he drops to the ground on one knee. He looks grasping at your spear. Tears welling from his eyes, he dies. Okay. You can hear a okay, what room is this? B9. Okay. You can see all of the weapons on this goblin who is not so diminutive. All quite tasty, nice weapons from the looks of them. One of them is made of pure silver. He did have a long sword. In fact, you might see it in the picture of poor Corvus. Wow, it's definitely red. Hand axe and a silver dagger. Uh, the long sword is the only magical item there. Okay, so the hand axe is going to Maelin. The long sword to... Oh, okay. So the hand axe isn't going to anyone yet. Okay, right, so... And he is Arvin. Arvin... Arvin... And... Maelin. Okay, that tells me that it's assigned it, but I'm not 100% certain. Okay, good. Well, the longsword's a longsword +1. Mm-hmm. It may not automatically apply bonuses and stuff though, so you may need to do that. Okay, you have a look. You have a look down the first pit, the one that's right next to you, and you see a zombie at the bottom of the pit. Okay, that would probably work on somebody that was a Game of Thrones fan, but because I hate Game of Thrones, probably not. Oh, okay, so it was your. Is that the way you're moving? Directly across that wooden trapdoor? Doesn't appear to be. Okay. Okay, you walk around stabbing all of the zombies to death. There is one zombie per pit. You destroy 11 zombies in quick succession. Okay. Yeah, except I think you're clicking on Arvin and then giving him movement, but there you go. Okay, you see that looks to go into an area of stairs. Twisting flight of spiral staircases that seems to stretch downward. Oh, hang on. The corridor ends in a doorway. Okay, how are you checking it for traps? Give me a perception check. Okay, you have a look over the door and decide that there are no traps here to be found. You swing open a door. The door opens into a strange room that is actually a 15-foot diameter sphere. Several objects are floating in the room, spinning lazily in space. A ragged book, a scroll, a bottle of wine, a dead raven surrounded by a halo of floating and writhing maggots, and a twisted iron wand with the forked tip. Yet perhaps the most unnerving aspect of the room is the walls, for they are plated in sheets of strange red metal that ripple every once in a while with silent black electricity that seems to coalesce into strange runes or even words far too often for the effect to be chance. Yep. You pick up a pebble and you throw it into the room and you see it float across and strike off the side of the wall and bounce out and just continues to float in the room. Okay. Probably some kind of dex ability, I reckon. I reckon. You should be able to just double click on your dex in your character sheet and it should make a check. You hurl your rope out trying to grab. Well, what were you trying to grab? Yep, I did. And you miss horribly. The rope just floats and ripples into space where there is no gravity. What's that? Yeah, you can draw the rope back. That's fine. That's probably not going to improve your chances. Well, it's all in that little text box in your chat area. Okay. You managed to grab Thaven's neck as you drag the rope towards the thing. Okay, you fling it out and you find that there is a scroll there, and you manage to wrap your rope about it and drag it towards you. Okay, the scroll comes to the doorway. You have read magic. It is a scroll of burning hands, 3rd caster level. Okay. Okay, you get the wand, seeing that's the first thing that you said, and drag it back towards you. It is a wand that actually has a magical aura about it. Okay. Oh, pardon me. Give me a. You need to give me a knowledge arcana. Yep. Okay, you have no idea what this one is. No. No. Okay, you fail to get the book. In fact, it goes spinning up towards the top of the roof. No, that gets it. Yep. The book comes down and is written in the language of Abyssal, which I don't think any of you have. They're written in a language that none of you understand. No. think it's probably a I think it's probably a wise point to call it for the evening. You do need another character to be able to soak up some stuff. Hmm. The idea is that Amiko wanted you to immediately go down and sort out whatever was going on down here. Uh, hmm. So I might think we might just leave it there, and then hopefully next game we will have a Tom or we will have a Matt, and that will sort of even things out a bit. They might actually come with some, healing potion or something like that that can assist one of you, being Arvin, who's so I think we might just call it a little bit early. Plus, the fact is that I'm getting really, really tired and ill. um, it was. Alright, so what I better do